Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for waiting. Her Royal Highness Princess Lalla Hasnaa. Please welcome Her Royal Highness with a big round of applause. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Welcome to this forum. This is the first day of a 3-day weekend. It's a bit cold outside. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. We would now like to open Goi Peace Forum Foundation Forum 2018. I'll be serving as your MC. My name is Naoko Mita. Now the theme of today's forum is creating tomorrow today. As we confront major environmental and social issues which are complex and large, what can we do as individuals for a better tomorrow? We would like to join you in thinking about what we can do. It is going to be a 2-hour and 45-minute program. I do hope that you'll stay with us until the end of the program. Now, on behalf of the organizer, I'd like to invite Mr. Hiroo Saionji, President of the Goi Peace Foundation, to give you welcoming remarks. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming to join us for this Goi Peace Foundation Forum 2018 in such large numbers. From early on, the seats were fully booked, and some of you I may have inconvenienced because we were not able to accommodate some people. This year's Goi Peace Award would be going to Her Royal Highness Princess Lalla Hasnaa of the Kingdom of Morocco. She arrived in Japan the other day, and she is gracing us with her attendance today. We are so very honored. Her Royal Highness Princess Lalla Hasnaa exerted great effort in Morocco in environmental protection as well as environmental education. And internationally, she has been very active in promoting awareness raising for a sustainable future, and that was recognized highly, and that is why the award goes to Her Royal Highness. The details will be explained by Mr. Teiichi Sato, Chairman of the Goi Peace Award Selection Committee. Today, we have the attendance of former Prime Minister Mr. Fukuda and many other honored guests, many members, support members of the foundation, and we have many excellencies and diplomats from more than 40 embassies. We are indeed very grateful and honored. This Goi Peace Foundation was established in 1999. This year marks the 19th anniversary. Over these years, with your support and cooperation, we have been engaged in many various activities. One of the pillars of our programs is youth education. As the first foundation in Japan maintaining official relations with UNESCO, we have worked together with UNESCO, and we have expanded our activities to various domains. In part 2, we will discuss a little more about youth education programs of our foundation. Now, from the initial launching of the foundation, we have been working to build our network for peace. In September, we signed a memorandum of cooperation with the foundation of the first president of the Republic of Kazakhstan. We went to Astana and signed the MOU with Ms. Nazarbayeva, director of the foundation. International cooperation, youth education, peace awareness raising, these are common themes that we share between the foundations. So the idea is to engage in some concrete cooperation going forward. In October, the chairperson and myself attended a conference in Pune, in India, where we received the philosopher Saint Sri Neshirawa World Peace Prize at MIT World Peace University. This is a school that has more than 50,000 students over 30 campuses. So we're talking with them to cooperate in education programs. And Her Royal Highness, Lalla Hasnaa, she's president of the Mohammed VI Foundation for Environmental Protection. And we are working on alliances with that foundation. Already, between Morocco and Japan, we have already launched a school exchange program, which will be also discussed in the second part of the program. In order to build peace, there's a limit to how much you can do by your own organization or single program. You need to come together with other organizations and individuals who share the same values to work together. So in order to build a momentum for peace, we want to continue to exert our efforts in network building. Now today's forum's theme is Creating Tomorrow Today. Looking at the situation around the world, over the next 10, 20 years or 50 years or even beyond, the humankind and the earth, whether there is sustainability in our existence. I'm afraid I have to say that we have grave concerns. For example, climate change and extreme weather. Looking at recent climate change and extreme weather, we are confronted with a situation which is quite unprecedented. We have never experienced this before. Some leaders in the world are skeptical about the global warming phenomenon, and they say that it's a lie, but it's a fact that the average temperature on the Earth is going up, polar ice cap is melting. There are countries such as Tuvalu that are facing sea level rise, and they could be submerged under water. Environmental destruction and environmental pollution is also becoming very serious. Some time ago, a generation ago, we never thought of going to a supermarket and buy water in a bottle. But that is something that we take for granted today. As air pollution worsens, I just hope that we don't have to go to a store and buy air in a container. I believe that we should never have to live in an age where we have to go around carrying oxygen cylinders on our backs. Marine pollution is also very serious. I was watching the news yesterday, and in Indonesia, a whale was washed ashore, and from the dead body of that whale, 6 kilograms of plastic waste was found. That was a shocking piece of news. By 2050, it is said that the number of plastic pieces in the ocean could exceed the number of fish in the oceans. We also have the problem of population growth and shortage of resources. In 1950, world's population was 2.5 billion. Today, it has grown by threefold to 7.4 billion. And by 2100, there are some estimates which say that it could exceed 10 billion. And personal consumption is going up. So when population goes up and each one of us consumes more, then there's going to be exponential growth in terms of consumption of natural resources of the earth. If developing countries' personal consumption grows further, the environment, resources, and the ecosystem, there is this physical capacity of the earth itself, and we could be reaching close to that limit. We also have other problems, including poverty, hunger, social inequalities, or deep-rooted ethnic strife, or religious conflicts. Especially in recent years, what I'm concerned about is that around the globe, there's the tendency to put one's own country first. There are exclusionary tendencies growing. There are some who say that today's situation is quite similar to the 1930s when the world was moving toward that world war. I just wonder what we have learned from our history. I'm sorry that I have been talking about negative things so far, but we are confronted with very difficult problems. There are some who say that the future should be left to the future generations, but we don't have the luxury of adopting such an irresponsible attitude. In part 2, we have a talk session with the title, From Intention to Action. 3 young people would conduct a relay talk. They are in their respective fields grappling with the challenges that they are facing. These 3 young men, they are embodiment of work to create the future. Creating the future means our actions, each one of us taking action would create the future. How future would be shaped is dependent upon what we do today. We are responsible for the next generation. So in part 1, we will have the awards ceremony of the International Essay Contest for young people. There's going to be the awarding of the first prize. In the children's category, Mr. Shreenabh Agrawal from India, and in the youth category, Mr. Harry Cumpio from the Philippines. They wrote great essays. They are the winners this year. This is the 19th time, and we had a record number of entries, 22,000. And the first prize winners will be receiving the Minister of Education Award to be presented. We have Mr. Fujiwara, Vice Minister of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology to present the award. So we have part 1 and part 2 in today's program. I do hope that today's forum would be an enriching time for us to think about a better future, to take action toward a better future. And with that wish, I would like to conclude my opening remarks. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first program is Voices of Youth. At Goi Peace Foundation, as part of our education program for youth, every year we host the International Essay Contest for young people. This is endorsed by the Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology, the Japanese National Commission for UNESCO, Japan Private High School Federation, Tokyo Metropolitan Board of Education, Japan Broadcast Corporation, or NHK, and the Nikkei Incorporated. And this is also supported by Felissimo Corporation, Seiko Holdings Corporation, and Plus Corporation. This essay contest is one of the activities of the UNESCO Global Action Program on Education for Sustainable Development, which we are promoting as UNESCO's partner here in Japan. This year, we received submissions and entries under the topic of The Change I Want to Make. From 162 different countries around the world, we received the highest number of entries so far, 21,705 submissions to date. Out of that, for the children's category and also for the youth category, we selected the winner of Minister of Education Award equivalent to the first prize. And we will be having the two winners appear on the stage later on. First, with the children's category, the winner is Mr. Shreenabh Agrawal. He is a 14-year-old that lives in the city of Nagpur in the midwest of India. He likes to read and write. He has already written 2 books and has authored many articles to date. He would like to work on inventions and research that can help people. He is a talented young man, full of curiosity, who aspires to win Nobel Prize in Physics in the future. He is visiting Japan this time with his parents. Next, the winner of the youth category, Mr. Kent Harry Cumpio, a 23-year-old. He is from the Quezon City of the Philippines, and he is studying chemical engineering at the University of the Philippines. He aspires to be an engineer, but he also would like to be an author. He would like to use both of these skills to solve social challenges. So we'll be inviting presentations from these two winners. Shall we start first with Shreenabh? The floor is yours.
Namaste, Japan. I am Shreenabh Agrawal, a student of grade 10 of the Chanda Devi Saraf School, Nagpur, Maharashtra, India. I am blessed to be a son of Mother India, a country where the elderly people weave the fabric of ethics and moral values in the children of the new generation. Today, I stand here with utmost satisfaction of being able to bring a small change in the lives of these elderly people, whom I fondly call my oldie goldies. With your kind permission, I hereby present my essay, Oldie Goldie Club. When I see old people around me looking helplessly towards the young, not for their money or protection, but for a little time to sit with them, hold their hands, and listen to them, I feel very sad. Why are the hands that rocked our cradle and held us strongly so that we may live happily shaking so much? The question is, what can we do to repay them for what they have done for us? Is earning money and keeping a nurse for them our only way of expressing our love and gratitude for them? When I see the old retired professionals who were respected throughout their life for their work and wisdom, looking for someone who could just notice them, I feel sad. the vast ocean of knowledge that they hold in their minds and hearts is ready to overflow and guide the struggling youth. But where is that youth? Why are the fingers that wrote the policies of our nation and led the country to the acme of development searching in dim light a finger to hold? The question is, what can we do to harness the energy they still have to guide the nation to a brighter path? When I see an old grandmother shedding tears silently because when she rushed to the kitchen to cook a delicacy for her grandchildren, she was asked to sit and relax. Why is she not allowed to cook the food which not only her children but their friends enjoyed too? The question is, what can we do to let them live naturally and make them feel an important part of the family? I wish to change this helpless situation of the old people all over the world. I have tried to bring about a small change in the town where I live to see if my idea can be converted into fruitful action. When I saw the idea working and the grandparents actually feeling grand, my happiness knew no bounds. One fine day, when I was visiting my friend, I saw his younger sister and her friends sitting near his grandfather, and all of them were laughing merrily. My friend told me that every evening his grandfather took a 1 hour session of the children of the colony, which included yoga, meditation, storytelling, and vocabulary building. I was amazed. I came home and chalked out a plan of action, and then I visited 16 libraries in my town. I requested them to allow me to conduct one life skills session every week. They readily agreed as the footfall in libraries had been decreasing day by day due to the advent of the internet. I then approached the retired people in my town and requested them to spend some time with the children of our town every weekend. Some of them showed a bit of hesitation, but then big smiles adorned their faces. Now, with two main tasks accomplished, I turned my attention to the most difficult task, the task of convincing the parents to send their children to these life skills sessions. But believe me, they all readily agreed. The big day arrived and our first session started. There was sheer happiness all around. The Goldie Oldies, that's what I call them, were looking 10 years younger. They had the reins in their hands once again. I wish to bring this change in every nook and corner of the world. I am sure that the clueless young generation will get a guided path to walk upon. There can be oldie-goldie clubs of scientists for the teenagers and the college students to guide them on innovative projects. There can be oldie-goldie clubs of grandmothers for the young daughters who want to equip themselves for a happy married life. There can be oldie-goldie clubs of artists to color the life of the young. I wish I could start oldie-goldie clubs all over the world, not only to make my oldies live healthy and happy, but in turn help the stressed, disoriented, self-centered, unsympathetic youth live their life with internal satisfaction. Only the experienced can shape the inexperienced. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Next, I'd like to ask Mr. Kent Harry to present his award-winning essay.
Konnichiwa. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Kent from the Philippines, and I am here to share my story titled Engineering for the People. In my country, everyone wants me to leave. My parents, friends, and relatives all say the same thing. Leave the Philippines once you graduate and get a high-paying job abroad. Don't waste your talents. There aren't any opportunities here. All young Filipinos know this advice. Study hard so you can get into the best university in Manila, and it would be easier to leave from there. I took this advice to heart because I have faced poverty myself. I know how it feels to eat nothing but rice for lunch because your parents don't have the money to buy meat. I know how it feels to attend a Christmas party in school wearing a worn-out shirt while the rest of your classmates are wearing new clothes. As a young kid, I had a deep-seated desire for a better life. And when my teacher told us that we could someday become rich if we studied hard and aced our exams, I believed her. Studying became my passion since then. I was the valedictorian in grade school and won many awards. Later on, I was admitted to the country's best science high school, where many graduates proceed to the country's top universities. I was filled with much pride knowing that I came closer to my goal. Every day, I would remind myself why I was doing all these. I am studying because I want to leave the country and get a better life. But in college, I learned to rethink my life choices. It is where I was faced with a diversity of ideas that challenged my own. I can never forget what my social science professor told us. This university is funded by the public, so we can use our education to help the country. But many of our graduates forget this the moment they get their diplomas. Instead of helping the country's poor, they work in foreign lands to get high wages. They use their education to enrich themselves. And when they return to the Philippines, they are quick to complain that the country remains poor. So ask yourselves, what have you done to help the country? And who will help the country's poor when all of you are gone? So it was a turning point for me. I realized that education has a much deeper purpose. It is not simply about learning how to solve textbook problems or acing exams. Its purpose is not to enrich ourselves with material wealth, but to learn to question why we're obsessed with material wealth to begin with. We must learn to see the bigger picture and ask the tough questions. What is our role in society, and how can we use our education to help? I became one of the founding members of Engineers Without Borders, Diliman, hoping to use my engineering education to help the country's poor. This is the first humanitarian engineering organization on campus. We want to let people know that engineering is not just about working in large factories. It is also about building water filters in rural areas or designing better tools for cleaning polluted rivers. My project was to build small biodigesters that convert food waste into gas for cooking and heating. I wanted to prove that we do not need complicated concepts to make a difference in people's lives. Even the application of simple scientific concepts can have a huge impact. I no longer want to leave the country. When I graduate, I want to improve my expertise on building biodigesters and teach communities how this technology works. I want to use my writing skills to propose legislation to one of our senators so we can soon have a national biodigester program. This project can help farmers and households save on costs. Instead of buying expensive gas, families can generate their own fuel at home from food and animal waste. Through my civic activities, I want to convince my fellow youth to stay and tell them that there's more to life than the pursuit of money. We have a people to serve and a nation to build. We ought to ask ourselves, who will help the country's poor when all of us have left? Before I end, I want to repeat what many have said in the past. The true purpose of education is to make minds, not careers. The university exists not to repeat the mistakes of the past, but to create minds that can think critically, minds that question the status quo. In whatever career path we choose to take, it is important to ask this question: who am I doing this for? Who will benefit from my innovation? Who will benefit from my research? As for me, I have chosen a path where I can be an engineer for the people. Thank you.
ありがとうございました。
Thank you very much.
お二
You'll
人の
find
作品はお手元の
the
資料
two
がござい
winners'
ます
essays
ので
contained in
ご
your
覧ください
reference material. Please take a
では
look at
引き続
them
き
at
表
your
彰式に
leisure.
移らせてい
And
た
I'd
だ
like to
き
go
ま
on
す
to the award ceremony.
ここで
We'll be
文部科学
inviting the
事務
Vice
次官
Minister of Education,
藤原
Culture,
誠
Sports,
様よ
Science and
り
Technology,
最優
Mr.
秀
Makoto
賞受賞
Fujiwara,
者のお
to
二人に
present
文
the
部科学
Ministry of
大臣
Education,
賞
the
をお
Minister
渡
of
しいただき
Education
たい
award
と
to
思い
the
ます
two winners of the
藤原
first
様よろし
prize.
くお願いいたし
Vice
ます
Minister Fujiwara, please.
それではお願いいたします
Please. Certificate of Commendation. Shreenabh, Moujesh, Agrawal. In recognition of his outstanding achievement in the 2018 International Essay Contest for Young People organized by the Goei Peace Foundation. Minister of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology of Japan hereby confers first prize in the children's category upon Shreenabh Moujesh Award. November 23rd, 2018, Masahiko Shibayama, Minister of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology of Japan. Read by Fujiyama. Congratulations. Certificate Commendation, Minister of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology of Japan hereby confers first prize in the youth category upon Kent Harry Perez Cumpio in recognition of his outstanding achievement in the 2018 International Essay Contest for Young People organized by the Goei Peace Foundation. November 23rd, 2018, Masahiko Shibayama, Minister of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology of Japan. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations to the two winners. We would now like to invite Vice Minister Fujiwara for his remarks. Vice Minister, please. Thank you for your kind introduction. My name is Fujiwara, the Vice Minister of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology. First and foremost, may I express my sincere congratulations upon the holding of the Goei Peace Foundation for 2018 in such a grand manner today. I understand that in this year's International Essay Contest for the Young People, under the topic of the change I want to make, there were 22,000 entries and submissions from 162 different countries around the world. Today, I heard the essays of the two winners of the Minister of Education Award, Mr. Shreenabh Moujesh Agrawal, as well as Mr. Kent Harry Perez Cumpio. I have heard their works today. As for Shreenabh, he has full respect for the old people who are experienced in life. And he has given serious thought as to how, in order to learn more from the old people, what could be done and how could such opportunities be created. As for Kent, when he considered his future career path, he thought not only of himself, but he also thought about his role and also derived to the meaning of being rich in life by contributing to his mother country, the Philippines. Not only will the actions and thinking of the young people like these two make the world a better place, their thinking will lead to world peace. I truly feel that. In the International Essay Contest for the Young People, I understand that many moving and inspiring essays like the ones we heard today are being submitted. It is my earnest wish that the passion of many young people from around the world who are part of the next generation will come together and lead to building a society where each individual can shine and will eventually lead to world peace. And with this, I would like to conclude my remarks. 2018, November 23rd, Vice Minister of Ministry of Education, Makoto Fujiwara. Congratulations and thank you.
藤原様、誠に
Vice Minister Fujiwara, thank you very much for those remarks.
なお、このほか、作文コ
Also,
ンテスト
in
子
the
供の部では
children's category for the essay
日本の
contest,
田中
Miss
さよさん
Sayo Tanaka
ブ
from
ータン
Japan,
の
Yetsuo Dokar Gilchan from Bhutan, and in the youth category, Ketio from Singapore, and Nerman Derek from Bosnia-Herzegovina had been conferred the second prize. And also in the third prize, the following people were selected, five in all. You will find their names as well as their materials contained in the material, as well as they have been uploaded on the website of the Goy Peace Foundation. Please take a look at them at your leisure. Also, with regard to the Best School Award that is conferred to organizations whose efforts related to this essay is significant, from Hiroshima Nagisa Junior High School, as well as Showa Women's University Senior High School of Tokyo were selected as the best school award. Today, from Showa Women's University Senior High School, we have the teacher from the school, Miss Mikako Noyori, and also the winners of the honorable mention, Kaho Asami and Shiori Naito. They're in the audience. May we ask you to please stand? We have a round of applause to these winners, please. Thank you. Congratulations.
さあ、それではこれより2013
So now
年度
we would like to introduce the recipient of 2018 Goy Peace Award. The person to introduce the recipient is Honorary Executive Director of Tokyo National Museum and Chairman of the Goy Peace Award Selection Committee, Mr. Teiichi Sato.
佐藤様、よろしくお願いいたします。
Mr. Sato, please.
ただいまご紹介をいただきま
Thank
した
you for the introduction.
佐藤定一で
My name is Teiichi Sato,
選考委員会を代表いたしまして
representing the selection committee.
選考経過
I'd like to talk about the process of selection as well as to introduce the winner.
五位平和賞は
This Goy Peace Award selects from areas of education, science, culture, and arts
地球と人類の
outstanding
未来の
achievements made in bringing true peace and harmony for the future of Earth and humankind, and commends research and activities that are aligned with the Declaration for All Life on Earth advocated by Goy Peace Foundation to recognize individuals and groups. 2018 Goy Peace Award went through this rigorous and fair review by selection committee members, and as a result, it's been decided that it will go to Her Royal Highness Prince Lalla Hasnaa of the Kingdom of Morocco. Her Royal Highness had always been interested in environmental issues from childhood. In 1999, late father, His Majesty King Hassan II, entrusted her with conservation of the coastal line of Morocco stretching over 3,600 kilometers. She rolled out a national program and produced great results. In 2001, at the initiative of His Majesty current King Mohammed VI, founded the Mohammed VI Foundation for Environmental Protection, Her Royal Highness assumed presidency of the foundation and launched various practical programs, including cleaning the beach, conserving the beach, promoting sustainable tourism, programs related to air pollution and climate change, regeneration of historic gardens, and protecting palm groves. She has demonstrated great leadership in these programs. In particular, she focused on environmental education for children and youths. producing great results in fostering the next generation of young people who are able to think on their own and take action responsibly to be able to solve social and environmental issues. In 2007, she was appointed by the UN-backed Euro-Mediterranean Regional Program for the Environment as Coast Ambassador of the United Nations. Her Royal Highness's activities are internationally highly recognized. In 2014, at the UNESCO World Conference on ESD organized in Japan, she gave a keynote address, and thereafter, at various international conferences, Her Royal Highness has continued to advocate the importance of education for environmental protection as well as sustainable development. The motto of Her Royal Highness is all for the environment. She has mobilized all stakeholders as agents of change, including the governments, businesses, schools, communities, young people, and children, elevated environmental protection to a national program. She has collaborated with international organizations and various bodies of different countries and making great contributions to awareness raising for sustainable Earth and for the future. In recognition of these great achievements and in praise of Her Royal Highness's achievements, Goi Peace Award is to be presented to Her Royal Highness Princess Lalla Hasnaa. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Mr. Sato. Now, we would like to show you a video of the Mohammed VI Foundation for Environmental Protection, where Her Royal Highness serves as the president. The English subtitles can be heard through Channel 2 through simultaneous interpretation.
His Majesty the King Mohammed VI proclaims the National Environmental Charter on July 30, 2009. A comprehensive national environmental charter safeguarding spaces, reserves, and natural resources as part of the sustainable development process. Morocco integrated era of growth for socio-economic development under the banner of sustainability. This sustainability is not only achieved through reforms aiming to improve the living conditions of millions of women and men, but also through irreversible choices of production methods that preserve natural resources. The Mohammed VI Foundation for the Protection of the Environment is a privileged partner in this process of sustainable development. Created in June 2001 at the initiative of His Majesty King Mohammed VI, its presidency was entrusted to Her Royal Highness Princess Lalla Hasnaa. This royal nomination reflects the esteem for Her Royal Highness for her commitment to this cause and her determination to create through education responsible attitudes and skills towards the environment. Her commitment for the protection of the coast has earned Her Royal Highness the recognition of the international community. Her appointment as Coast Ambassador in the United Nations is a gesture of profound significance to the Princess, who has made environmental education the keystone for successful policies for the protection and sustainable preservation of the environment. 1,930 schools are enrolled in the Eco Schools program. 383 schools are labeled Green Flag. 93 Eco Schools got a silver certificate. 93 Eco Schools have obtained a bronze certificate. Through its Eco Schools and Young Reporters for the Environment programs, the Foundation has succeeded in anchoring environmental education in the school process. Young Reporters for the Environment, 2,100 written reports and 5,100 photographs, and 12 Academies of the Kingdom. 186 prizes at national level in participating high schools and colleges. But the foundation calls upon everyone because everyone must adopt a sustainable approach, from school children to political and economic decision makers, as well as the general public.
学生にも環境教育の重要性を呼びかけています。人々の習慣や行動を変えるため
This is why the foundation constantly reinvents its methods of intervention between territorial laboratories, pedagogical centers, and educational programs to change habits and reflexes. By placing exemplarity among its action principles, the foundation has committed to 5 other programs: coastal protection, launch of the Clean Beaches program in 1999, 102 participating beaches, including 21 labeled blue flag, 29 stations, and 2 mobile laboratories measuring air quality in 15 cities of the kingdom, air climate, training of 250 inspectors, responsible tourism, 80 Green Key certified establishments in Morocco, safeguarding and development of the palm grove of Marrakesh, 580,000 seedlings planted, 160,000 adult palms maintained. Restoration of historic parks and gardens, rehabilitated and renovated gardens. And because one of the principles of sustainable development is to promote consultation partnerships, Mohammed VI Foundation for Environmental Protection has forged an international network of allies, as its programs, based on participatory and partnership approaches, have developed and brought, by their success, visibility and credibility across borders.
We would now like to go on to the presentation of the award. We'll be welcoming Her Royal Highness Princess Lalla Hasnaa, the laureate of the 2018 Goi Peace Award.
Now, please welcome Her Royal Highness Princess Lalla Hasnaa, the laureate of the 2018 Goi Peace Award.
どうぞ拍手でお迎えください。
We have a warm round of applause for Her Royal Highness. Presenting the award is Mrs. Masami Saionji, Chairperson of the Goi Peace Foundation.
Presenting the award is Mrs. Masami Saionji, Chairperson of the Goi Peace Foundation.
それではお願いいたします。
Please. Diplomat of Merit, the Goi Peace Foundation is privileged to confer the Goi Peace Award upon Her Royal Highness Princess Lalla Hasnaa in honor of her leadership in promoting the protection of the environment under the motto, All for the Environment, improving people's quality of life in the Kingdom of Morocco, and raising environmental awareness globally through education and advocacy for sustainable development, thereby contributing toward a better future for all. So the Goi Peace Foundation is privileged to confer the Goi Peace Foundation upon Her Royal Highness Princess Lalla Hasnaa. November 23, 2018, Masami Saionji, Chairperson, and Hiroo Saionji, President of the Goi Peace Foundation. Congratulations.
Mr. and Mrs. Saionji will now present the medal.
Congratulations. 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 You would now like to ask Her Royal Highness Princess Lalla Hasnaa to deliver commemorative address.
We would now like to ask Her Royal Highness to deliver a commemorative address.
الحمد لله وحده والصلاة والسلام على مولانا رسول الله وآله وصحبه. Mrs. Saionji, Chairperson, Mr. Saionji, President of the Goi Peace Foundation, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I am both humbled and greatly honored to receive the Goi Peace Award. I am proud to share this distinction with such prestigious recipients. I wish to thank you on behalf of myself, my country, and the Mohammed VI Foundation for Environmental Protection, which I'm privileged to chair. I came to Nagoya, Japan in 2014 to take part in the UNESCO World Conference on Education for Sustainable Development, whose objectives we have been fostering in Morocco. When we met on that occasion, Mr. President, I never imagined that the road we were going to travel together would bring me to address this assembly today. Guided by a common philosophy, we embarked on a joint process which led to the signing in November last year of a memorandum of understanding. We wanted our cooperation to become closer and more tangible with each passing year. In May 2017, we had the pleasure of welcoming you and your wife to two of our eco-schools in Rabat and Sherrat. As you noticed, the children in our schools are committed to the same values of peace and sustainable development, as well as best practices for the protection of the environment. Ladies and gentlemen, educating children means planning for the future and preparing children for the world they will live in. It also means helping to shape the world which will be theirs to take care of. This new education, this new way of seeing the planet, is a new way of looking at ourselves and relations with others. Caring for the environment on a planet in which the world population is constantly increasing means learning to share the planet and to care about others. It means building the lasting peace we all yearn for. It means learning to change. Protecting the environment means refusing meaningless competition and advocating instead relations that are based on sharing, collaboration, and respect. In short, relations that are conducive to peace. In 2001, when the Mohammed VI Foundation for Environmental Protection was set up by His Majesty King Mohammed VI, Its key mission, naturally, was about education and awareness. It is a mission which is as lofty as it is demanding. In regards to the immense challenge of protecting the environment, a task which involves all citizens, education should come before all other means and considerations. This is my firm belief as a mother. In fact, any mother has an instinctive urge to help her children lead fulfilling lives in a harmonious world, a world at peace. To be sure, we need rules and regulations, even restrictions, to protect our environment and safeguard the remarkable diversity of the planet. What is essential, however, is to contribute to the emergence of a different world, a world based on cooperation in which the responsibility for environmental protection is shared by all, requiring equal effort from all of us. To educate and to raise awareness takes time and requires considerable energy. It's an endless mission. You need to convince people to undertake the same actions again and again. To save time and speed up change, it would be more beneficial and effective to give proper education to our children, instill in them another culture, and foster a different relationship with the world and towards others. In this way, coming generations will be able to approach the world differently and make the right decisions in the future to save our planet. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a long-term mission. Therefore, from the very first years, the Foundation launched programs such as eco-schools and young reporters for the environment. Nearly 20 years later, no less than 750,000 children have been educated on environmental protection, and many thousands of students have reported on environmental issues. From day one, we laid emphasis on raising environmental awareness among all audiences, regardless of who they are. We have been working closely with government, elected officials, the business community, and civilian organizations. The Foundation doesn't operate in a closed or isolated environment. Quite the contrary. Its actions are enabled through a national institutional framework, the very framework desired and prioritized by His Majesty King Mohammed VI. It is a proactive, stimulating environment which promotes community involvement in democracy and encourages the work of civilian organizations. Ladies and gentlemen, the Foundation advocates a practical, ethical approach. Nothing beats teaching by example. Drawing up a school environmental assessment report, developing a vegetable garden at school, using a micro-irrigation system, switching to low-energy light bulbs, installing flow reducers on taps, or sorting and recycling waste are simple actions. These are the first steps in environmental conservation. Environmental protection is a matter of simple activities. When they are repeated at a tender age and adopted by a large number of people, the impact can be decisive and long-lasting. We never accuse or overburden anyone. Instead, we raise awareness and encourage a change in behavior. We realize that engaging and explaining are better than coercion. Our example-based approach also consists of enabling children to apply the concepts learned in eco-schools to real life, where their environmental future will play out. Through the revival of historic gardens, we create green spaces in city centers, offering children a chance to reconnect with nature. We set up educational trials that teach children key environmental notions in a playful way. By protecting the Marrakesh palm grove and replanting palm trees, we give children from the region the opportunity to reclaim and protect the spaces they live in. By organizing visits to the beach, we teach children about the extreme fragility of the coastline. We work locally, but we also seek the support of major international institutions, which we have been actively collaborating with for many years. Ladies and gentlemen, today I have the great honor of standing before you to receive this award, the broader objective being to deepen our cooperation and take joint action to make our world more environmentally friendly. It is extremely important to promote proper attitudes towards the environment. Our two foundations are working to achieve this highly commendable objective. May I point out that we fully subscribe to the principles you define in your Declaration for All Life on Earth. Together, we are committed to the same objective, which is to shape people who serve peace. I am very proud to serve the same cause as you. I am a daughter of Al-Maghrib, or the kingdom of the setting sun, who has come to the land of the rising sun to receive this award. Between our two countries, the sun never goes down. I hope that eternal light will be the light of everlasting peace, which we dedicate along with this award to the children of our two countries. Thank you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Royal Highness, thank you for such a wonderful lecture. Thank you once again.
Thank you. May we now ask Her Royal Highness to come to the front to join the essay contest winners.
第1部のプログラムを終了いたします前に
Before we complete the first program, we'd like to invite the two essay contest winners to the stage again. Could we have the two winners of the essay contest join us on the stage? Congratulations to all of you. Congratulations to our winners. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
それではこの
We would now like to take a 20-minute break.
と思います。